I wake up, grab my phone, scroll social media. Breakfast. I watch a video on YouTube. Work. ChatGPT. Always on. It's time for dinner. I eat in front of Netflix. And before going to sleep, again, social media. Have you ever wondered how much time you spend in front of a screen? A lot, right? It's no coincidence that technology is becoming more and more a part of your life. Companies like Meta design apps to capture every second of your attention. Every aspect of their platforms is studied to exploit your weakest psychological points. Every time you interact with your smartphone, dopamine releases in your brain increases. These algorithms designed to exploit human psychology don't just create addiction, but also drastically reduce our attention span. Today, many people find it difficult to watch a video that lasts more than a few minutes. We're accustomed to short content that floods us with dopamine, videos of just a few seconds that leave us constantly needing to move on to the next. Behind all this are multinational corporations, the giants of technology, entertainment, and information. These companies hire the brightest minds in the world, experts in behavioral psychology and design, with one goal: to make sure we can't detach from our devices, to gather huge amounts of our data to sell to outside companies. Every notification, every suggestion is designed to keep us glued to the screen as long as possible, often at the expense of our mental and physical health. The result? Increasing levels of anxiety, insomnia, social alienation, and even depression. And that's the goal of those who control these tools, by making us dependent on technology. These companies turn us into predictable and manipulable consumers because a distracted mind is an easier mind to control. This system feeds an economy based on surveillance and manipulation. Byung-Chul Han, a prominent contemporary philosopher, defines this dynamic as a society of transparency, where everything must be shared and monetized. In such a world, our attention has become the most valuable resource, sold to the highest bidder. But what is the price we pay? Scientific studies show that intensive use of social media isn't just a distraction, it's changing our brain. Our ability to concentrate and think critically is eroding. A report from the American Psychological Association highlighted that children who spend more than 3 hours a day on social media have a greater risk of anxiety and depression. Although we have quickly adapted to social media, these tools remain new. In the past, similar concerns were directed at television, which captured our attention without collecting personal data or directly influencing our choices. Social media, however, is designed to influence our behavior and keep us constantly connected, turning us into a commodity offered to advertisers. When our devices suggest what to watch and what to buy, we're not choosing, we're being chosen. George Orwell viewed technology as a tool for surveillance and repression, a system that would turn every citizen into a monitored and docile subject. Aldous Huxley, on the other hand, feared a society distracted by pleasures. Today, we're living both visions. On one hand, governments and tech companies use technology to collect data and control behavior. On the other, we're so overwhelmed with superficial content and fleeting pleasures that we don't even realize we're being manipulated. Artificial intelligence is also taking this transformation to a deeper level. Take ChatGPT, an incredible tool, sure, but every time we delegate a creative or intellectual task to an algorithm, we're giving up a part of our thinking ability. Jacques Ellul, a sociologist and philosopher, already foresaw this scenario. For him, technology makes us more efficient, but at the cost of our independence. Today, we're so accustomed to delegating thought that we're losing the critical and creative sense that makes us human. Yuval Noah Harari, a contemporary historian and thinker, warns that the use of technology is transforming humanity in ways we don't fully understand. The same technologies designed to simplify our lives are eroding our ability to make autonomous decisions. Harari points out that algorithms don't just know our preferences, they often create them. This constant collection of our personal data, carried out by governments and companies, is a step towards an invisible control that can shape our choices and behaviors without us even noticing. This loss of autonomy is perhaps the highest price we pay for technological progress. But the problem doesn't end there. The more we get lost in pixels, the less we can connect with the real world, which is made up of relationships, sensations, and authentic actions. The search for immediate pleasure, so well nourished by social media and algorithms, pushes us to prioritize what is easy and fast, forgetting about reality. Imagine a future where there is no more space for thought, where creativity is delegated to machines, and your life is entirely guided by algorithms. It's a dystopian future, but not so far off. Every like, every scroll brings us closer to this reality. But there is a way to avoid all this. You can decide to take back your time, your mind, and your capacity for thinking. The next time you pick up your phone, ask yourself, who is making the decisions for me? Maybe it's time to start thinking again, before it's too late.